And welcome back to the doubleheader morning here on the Llama Commerce show, where we are continuing to demystify e-commerce into digestible, actionable bites. We have Ezra Firestone here, who still has the coolest name we've ever heard, and he's been sharing his secrets with us this morning. We are now talking about, we're going to be covering content marketing with Ezra and what he calls, Brett?
Community commerce.
Community
commerce. This is a trend. This is a brand new trend. It's a phrase that Ezra has coined called community commerce. And I love this idea because what's so cool about it, Ezra, you mentioned this the last time I had you on the show. You're talking about the hippie commune and learning to sell there in the hippie commune, and how sales in a commune, sales online are really the same. Like the same principles hold true. And so I think this trend, your trend that you're calling community commerce, continues that. So what works and what builds really successful online companies and offline companies and offline brands, that works online too. And I think the nut you've cracked is how to really make content marketing work.
So as always, we have our trusty one-arm table tennis player trophy here, and whoever's providing the most value in the show gets the trophy at the end of the show. So
I'm going to slide it to me right now because I felt like that intro was a little bit better than Kurt's.
I did most of the intro, though.
Kurt's got a hat, bro.
True to that. Thank you very much, Ezra. Okay, so Ezra, now you're saying smart things. Continue by explaining this community commerce concept.
Let me tell you, I come from a content marketing background, from an information publishing and marketing background before I started selling physical products. And when we look at the e-commerce landscape, what are you guys laughing at?
We're laughing because Brett is stealing the trophy already.
Okay.
It's a normal thing in the show. Sorry. I'm so sorry. You're talking about super awesome things, and we're doing it around in the back of the class.
Laughing me off the stage. So here's the deal. When I got into online retail, you really could just slap some products up for sale, rely on a single channel like Google, and do very well. And I did that. And as the online marketplace develops, and we end up with far more channels that we have available to us as retailers. We've got social, we've got Amazon and eBay and comparison shopping engines, we've got traditional query-based advertising methods, we've got contextual advertising methods, and my goal in all of my businesses is for them to be diverse, for them to be holistic, for them to have not a single point of failure. And I fell into the trap that most e-commerce business owners did of having a single failure point in Google, and that was a really painful experience in my life. And so I started looking at what are the best ways for me to not have that be the case. I'm going to share my screen with you. And what I realized was that, you know, we live in a social economy. Can you guys see my screen?
We can now, yes.
Okay. We live in a social economy, and people now expect when they are purchasing products online that they will be able to engage with a brand, with a company, beyond just purchasing a product from them, that they'll be able to live chat with someone, that they'll be able to get emails responded to, that they'll be able to engage with that brand or that face or that person on social media, when it used to be, you know, that the only way to engage with a brand was to write them a letter. When traditional advertising methods were TV and newspaper, there was no way to engage with brands. And in this new social economy, brands are now becoming more like people. And you need to have a relationship with your community of people, because when we look at selling physical products, our goal is not just to generate visibility for a product and then retail it. Our goal is to generate visibility for a product, retail it, provide an awesome experience with that customer and that community base who's engaging with our products, build a relationship with them beyond just selling them products, talk to them about topics, conversations, problems that are relevant to their lives, and then make them additional offers. That's how you build a business that's able to scale, because you're able to end up with repeat sales from that same community that you're building. And when I look at selling my physical products, I'm looking at building a community of people and engaging with that community of people in every way I can, and making them offers that I believe are relevant to them based on the information that they're giving me. And the best way I've found to do this is through content. So on our e-commerce businesses, what we are doing is every single business, we have a face or multiple faces of the brand, and we create content, usually in the form of short-form video content like this, short-form video content or long-form audio content in the form of podcasts and videos in the form of videos. And the reason why we do video or audio is that different people prefer to consume media in different formats. So if you're doing video, you can then transcribe that. You can create a PDF out of it. You can strip out the audio so that people can listen to that. Some people will read your stuff. Some people will watch your stuff. Some people will look at your pictures that you create. And if you look at what Google's doing, every Google search query has multiple different media formats in the search result. There's going to be a video, there's going to be an image, there's going to be a news result, there's going to be a blog, there's going to be a channel for a physical product query. So Google understands that different users prefer to consume media in different formats. So we create this content that is not necessarily focused on our products. It's about topics and conversations that are relevant to the lives of our community. So, for example, if we're in the cycling community, we're talking to them about the Lance Armstrong debacle and what's going on there and what our opinion is of that. Because what people want is to know what you think about the topics and conversations that are relevant to your community. And then we create this content, we transcribe it, we put it on our blog, we email it to our community, we then share it out on Facebook, we share it on Google, we share it on Twitter, we share it on Google Plus and LinkedIn, and we pull out the audio and we upload that to iTunes for a podcast. And that's enough, right? Just creating content, sharing it with your community, that's good for search engine optimization, that's good for engagement. But what we realize is it actually helps us in our direct response marketing, because what we do is we run ads on Facebook. We promote each piece of content. I've lost Kurt completely. He's just...
That's all right, I'm coming back.
So it's you want to grab
I got a notepad. I gotta ask questions here.
And you know what's really good though, and I'll interject this since we stopped here for just a second. I think what merchants have to understand is that the product is just part of the story, right? Just part of the process. So you have to have a great product. You have to have the products people want. But real success is much more than that. It's about developing that customer and maximizing the overall customer value, and that really comes through relationships. So I think that what you're saying here is you got to move beyond just the product, right?
That's right, and you don't necessarily have to only retail your product. We cross content marketing into all of our businesses. We do webinars and educational courses, and like all of our physical product businesses have now become content and information publishing businesses as well, because it's just a community of people who are interested in the same type of thing, who are interested in physical products, interested in experience-based things, live events, interested in courses and content and coaching. It's a group of people who you're communicating with, and yes, you're offering them physical products to start with, but that's not the only thing you're offering them. And what we realized was, so we promote each one of these videos on Facebook, right? We run ads to it, and these videos, of course, have a link back to our product page or our website. This one doesn't. This is just a link back to YouTube. But the videos are solely content. Now, these videos end up making us money in soft selling, and we end up making money from these videos. But what we realized was that when we would then run a direct response ad on Facebook to that same group of people, doesn't have to be our fans. It's just the same targeting group. So the same targeting group on Facebook sees our videos in their news feed for 2 to 3 weeks, just content videos. They see our brand, they see Cindy's face in this case, and then all of a sudden they see a direct response ad for a product, and the response to our direct response ads for products went up 1,000% when we started what we call third contact direct response marketing. So we're not hitting them with a direct response. Did I lose you guys? Guys?
Slices together or something?
Do you guys drop off Wi-Fi frequently back here?
No, definitely not. That's very unusual. At least
okay, we are back and live. Oh, hey, we crashed everybody. The internet. There was so much e-commerce brilliance, we crashed the internet, and now Ezra's calling in.
We're an internet company here, and
we are back on now, and I'm going to share this with you again, and then we can pick up right where we left off, hopefully.
So we were just talking about being raw and relatable, and so we thought we would demonstrate that by actually like having the internet crash and having all these issues. We just talked to someone on the cell phone live on the show, and so I mean this is about as human as imperfect.
I think we're more likable now. I think people love the show more.
My wife's in the background. I don't know if you can see her.
Okay, the trophy goes to Ezra already because his internet stayed in the mix here. We're gonna.
Where'd you guys lose me?
We lost you at Kurt was dialoguing about.
I was trying to dialogue. You're just so fast that I was having a hard time jumping in. But then we thought it was your fault that we dropped. So I was talking about how relatability is really important in the brand, and how actually the imperfection of humanity plays a really key role in creating those relationships. Whereas before it was like the clandestine, untouchable brand that was. The name of the game.
$1 million production value always had
totally fundamentally changed.
Low production value is better. Shoot it on your iPhone, with a little Rode Lav microphone, so you have good audio quality, but you don't need high production value, and that's one of the things that freaks people out. They feel like they can't create content because they don't have high production value, but you don't need it. And Yeah, I don't know what else I was saying, but basically I think to summarize this whole thing here is that what I believe you should be doing is creating at least one piece of content per week in your business, not just for the SEO value, not anything for that, but that you believe is relevant to your community of buyers and subscribers, and if it is, they will engage with it. And it's not sales content, it's just content that you're creating to engage with your community of people beyond just retailing them products. And of course you still do your sales promotions, of course you do everything else, but you just add on this engagement and you end up building up communities. I do this over and over with clients. Like I helped a gal in the Waldorf school. She has the biggest Waldorf toys store on the internet, and we built her a massive community really quickly through weekly video content, and she now has an educational component to her business and just completely transformed this business from just a physical product business to a relationship / community / content information marketing business as well. And it's ripe for the picking, and nobody's really doing it, and it's not very difficult. And I have a free course on Shopify's e-commerce university that teaches it's 15 videos that shows the whole model of how I do it.
Awesome. And what's so cool about that is that whether you're wanting to keep your e-commerce business or whether you're wanting to sell it, either way, building that community makes it infinitely more valuable. Either you're going to make a lot more money long term, or whenever you go to sell that, it's going to be a lot more valuable because you built that community around it.
Although, can I just say, don't ever build an e-commerce business to sell it. Build it because you believe in the value that you're offering to the market, and that will actually drive the best sale if it ever does happen. Like, you want to sell your business because, like, you just can't refuse the offer being made to you, not because you're looking to sell your company.
And I'll tell you what, channel diversity gets you an extra multiple. I've sold e-commerce businesses. I know if you've got one channel and one single failure point in Google or Google AdWords, that business is not as valuable as one that's got multiple channels.
Less defensible. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Well, hey, this is great, like, golden stuff from Ezra Firestone, who is practicing this, guys. This isn't just a matter of his theoretical approach to e-commerce. He is in the trenches practicing this every day himself. So phenomenal stuff. Ezra, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your experience with us this morning. I think we'll have a lot of people that are served by these interviews. So thank you very much. You definitely get the one-handed table tennis player trophy.
How does that feel, Ezra, to win a prestigious award like this?
Going to Disneyland. No, it feels good. This is fun. I like this. I think that you guys are doing something so brilliant here. There are no, there's a few little tidbits of e-commerce specific regular content, and like my blog is one of them, and I don't even do just e-commerce content. You've got a couple podcasts, but there's nobody who really has a video format show that shows specifics and technicals and visuals, and it's a really cool thing, and it's bite-sized and it's digestible, and I'd like to participate in it more, and I think that you guys are going to build an awesome community of e-commerce business owners, and I'm going to market both these videos that we just did. I'll put them out to my community. I'll run Facebook ads to them and stuff, because I think that this is a really special thing that you guys have built, that we should all be participating in as a community of e-commerce business owners.
Well, Ezra, we really appreciate that, and of course, you're just complying with that endorsement clause in the contract we had you sign before the show, so good job.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thanks, everybody. Get out there and create some content. Hopefully this inspired you to create your own content, to build your own community, and with that, we will say, keep it classy.
Llama Commerce.
Llama Commerce.